Hello, welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin. It is Tuesday. It is hot as heck, but we're staying in here. I realized yesterday I did not do a fantastic job introducing what Yarn Management Monday is. So Tuesday is like the second side of the Yarn Management Monday coin, as it were. Each year on my channel, I kind of pick a theme, an overarching goal, I guess I'll call it. I don't know. The first one was my year of socks. I was going to start knitting socks. Second, I did my year of amigurumi, where I tried to make more amigurumi projects. This year, I didn't really get a good name picked out for it, but Shannon nailed it on the head with her Tackle It tag. So we are tackling my yarn collection, what I have in storage, and what I have on my shelves. That is Yarn Management Monday. Tuesdays we tackle my whips, my works in progress that I've put away in bins or just forgotten about, and they need love. They need to finish. So I used to jokingly say I had Whip Island in the master bedroom. Whip Island has been more contained. I've made good progress. But we still need to finish these languishing projects. So on Tuesdays, we tackle them. We tackle it. It's also, I realized, July 1st, which means I get to open this box. I ordered a Christmas in July advent calendar from Dragon Horde Yarns. I adore Miss Tristan and her dyeing over there. And she has made some amazing advents and collections based around the Empyrean Fourth Wing series. And where does this box open? Right there. Okay. So when I saw she was doing a Christmas in July advent entitled Quest Squad, I knew I needed to be a part of that. I have been tempted by other advents, but I have this Christmas in July item, and then I did get a Halloween countdown from Yarnaceous Fibers, and then I got a Christmas holiday advent from Hugh Loco. Last year, Tristan came out with a 12 Days of Christmas kind of later in the season, so I'm saving a little bit of fundage and space for that potentiality, but if that doesn't come through, I am set for advents. I will be good. So let's pop into this box and do adventy stuff first and see. Oh, it's so cute. Oh. So this is what you see when you open it. And it's got a little sticker with broccoli on it. It's adorable. I love it. I'm gonna have to try to save broccoli. Broccoli must be saved. It's an inside joke if you have read the book Onyx Storm. That's the latest, the third installment in the Empyrean series. The Empyrean series are also known as the Fourth Wing books. The first book was Fourth Wing, the second was Iron Flame, the third was, I just said it, Onyx Storm. Oh, this is wonderful. So I opened that up, and we have little packets in here that are all labeled with the date. But let's see what's in here. We have a little pack, a little plastic pack. In here we have her business card. I don't know if that's going to focus. There we go. This one's going to be a kind of a longer opening because of all of the extras. We have a bunch of stickers. Basgiath War College. We have another one. Basgiath War College. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. As close as I can come. I'm gonna keep you. Taryn and Andarna. A dragon coming out of a book. And then her sticker for her yarn company, Dragon Horde Yarn. And then it's a bookmark that looks like an old school checkout from the library, but it says reading list on it. That's very cute. And now in here, oh, there's a bunch of things that say confidential, top secret. That's interesting. I see 2 of those. Interesting. Maybe I won't show that if it says confidential. I don't want to give anything away. That one is marked July 2nd. July 2nd. Okay. I'll open that more in private and then let you know. But here's July 1. It's a cute little brown paper bag and it's marked Quest Squad. Very cute. Let's see what it is. It's yarn. I can feel it's yarn. So this is a 31-day advent with all minis. I do not believe this one came with a, sometimes it'll be minis. My phone felt weird in my pocket. Minis with then a full hank at some point, but this one did not say it came with a full hank. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's beautiful. That is pretty. Tonal gray with some lovely deep burgundy red. Get your leathers. We have dragons to ride, and it's in quotations marked RY. That is the dedication to the, I don't remember if that was the dedication to Onyx Storm or Iron Flame. I think it was Onyx Storm. It was part of her dedication. That's not going to show very well for you. No. But, so, I do have a dragon themed bag to put my new dragon yarn in. What? You might be saying, what? This might look familiar to anyone who might watch Miss Shannon at Another Yarn. And yes, you were all very correct that Erin needed her own of that. I'm going to put my little stickers on the inside pockets and my little bookmark in. So there we go. I'm going to put the yarn in my dragon bag. Very fun. These are going... I always have a storage problem in this room. Well, you know that. Okay, no, the mailing address, the mailing label is not showing on screen. We're good. Okay, so there we go. Very excited. That is a super fun way to open the Advent indeed. We have dragons to ride, people. So, let's get back on track with this is Yarn Management Monday. That was yesterday. This is Tackle It. We are tackling my whips. What I do is take 2-week increments and work on projects. I have a focus project, which is my Sophie's Universe, and then I've been working on the various projects from a 20, I believe it's a 20-gallon, 20 or 30 Rubbermaid bin in the bedroom. I also have one project that doesn't fit on the bin. I used to have 2, but now I have one project that doesn't fit in the bin, which is my Hohi Locatelli Spectre sweater. But the other project that I had been working on that did not fit in the bin, and you'll see is on the mannequin, it's kind of askew, is my bod sweater I have made for my husband Brian. I was supposed to put this aside, but I brought it back after its 2-week rest because I was so close to finishing, and I indeed finished. I finished early. So I count my weeks Tuesday to Tuesday. I finished on like Wednesday or Thursday of last week. So it's done. It's beautiful. I made one change to her pattern. I did the ribbing as she described in her tutorial, but I went around on the wrist cuffs and the entire thing here and finished it off with a row of single crochets. I just thought it looked cleaner. Brian is unsure if he wants buttons on it, so right now it doesn't have buttons, but it's such an open weave that I'll throw buttons on and he could just poke it through the fabric. It is not a problem. So there we go. It is done. It'll be linked out in the description box. I believe, I keep wanting to call it the Harvest cardigan, but it's called like the Midwest cardigan. If you don't follow the link and just want to look on her channel, because who doesn't want to go look at all of the awesome stuff that Crystal's putting out? It's 9 months ago, maybe 10 months now. Her husband Eric is modeling it. It's like a mustard gold, beautiful tweed sweater. This one I used Red Heart Comfort in the colorway Latte Fleck. It was Brian's choice. I had 4 of them on the shelf during Yarn Management Monday, and I had bought it for a large blanket quantity or a sweater quantity. I was going to give it away, but Brian said he liked it and wanted a sweater out of it. So a sweater he shall have. Yeah, it took me a while. It got a lot of work, and then it kind of fell to the side as other things took my fancy, but I'm very proud that it is done. He looked at it and said, I hope you are not offended, but I will not be wearing that. And I said, honey, I don't expect you to wear that till October, if not November. It is a thick, heavy sweater. Okay, so you might say, Erin, what did you do with the rest of your time? I didn't rest on my laurels. I pulled Sophie back out. So this is going to be, since I finished that, I go back to Sophie. When last we met, I was on, I had finished row 101. I finished a part. Since I finished that, I've done another part, and I'm on row 106. So I have started the penultimate part of Sophie, I believe it's 16. I'm on the second row I'm about to start the second row. I am very happy. I'm not going to make any promises, but this 2-week stint may be the end of Sophie. It's possible. There are 113 rounds, and I am about to start round 106. That's what we're at. She is a behemoth, so I'm only going to show you part of her. I believe when we stopped, I had made these purple flowers, and then I did this row to fill it in. I feel like these rows... No, up to this one. So yeah, the 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, were part 15, and this is the first round of part 16. It's just a round of single crochets. This was a fun stitch. I had not done that before. That was called the Persian stitch, and then there was a round of single crochets there, and then a round of doubles. So we're getting fancy. I kind of read ahead, and apparently we're going to start doing some diamonds. And that's going to be like the end border. So here we go. It's been a long road with Miss Sophie. It's been years. That's where she started. Sophie for me is a scrap can. These are all large scraps and leftovers from other projects. So I didn't have a planned colorway. I didn't do anything. It's all gut, and I followed her suggestion when she said, hey, you might want to do all of this in one color. So there you go. I'm excited. I love this. I am so relieved to be seeing the final, the end zone in sight, the finish line. The final rounds are within striking distance. I don't even know why. It is heavy, you guys. Trying to hold that up. I don't even know. I need to weigh that when it's done. There's at least 1 full pound of love in there. And I have no way to estimate how many. Each round is now taking nearly an entire skein of yarn. So what I'm doing is, since I'm using scraps and large remnants, I don't have a full skein of yarn. When I run out, I just tie on a color that in my mind is tonally close. For the Persian stitch, I had enough of a white to make all the way around. But like the bright, I think I might have even been holding up that corner. Here you can see I ran out of this bright pink and I just went back to the pink salt color. I didn't have anything else this bright. I really held off even adding this to the blanket. I'm getting desperate in my large scraps. I believe I have scoured my bins and found enough to finish the blanket, but I also fully believed I wouldn't need a second pink salt pound of love, and I needed it. So it will happen. I am determined to not purchase any more yarn though. The pink salt was a special case, and yeah, we're gonna make this work, and I think it's gonna be fabulous. I love it. I'm so excited. Let me know what you're working on, what you're tackling this year. Shannon, like I said, did I say? I said Shannon thought of the perfect hashtag, but I don't think I explained anything. Tackle It is a hashtag created by Shannon from Another Yarn, and it's an open to use. You don't have to post on Tuesdays. Do whatever you want. Tackle whatever you want. Whatever you feel you need tackling, do it. Just use hashtag Tackle It. A lot of people are tackling whips, which is amazing. I think a number of you agreed that we kind of are in a buying exhaustion point, and now we're ready to just really create and finish things. So that's a fun year. It's a good year. It feels energizing. I am on like the finishing high. I finished that. I finished my color work cowl. So if I finished Sophie, that would just like put me over the top of crafting ecstasy. You'd get the euphoria, the excitement from finishing large projects. There's nothing like, I mean, you can do small projects, Addy hats, a crochet hat, a knit hat. Those aren't large. But I'm not saying they don't take effort. It takes effort. The other day, I hadn't worked on my Addy in a very long time. And so I had worked on the Addy. And the next day I was like, Brian, my right arm is really kind of sore. What's going on? And I don't know what's going on. And then he was doing something in the kitchen, and I was sitting at the table working on the Addy, and I said, Brian, I know what happened to my right arm. It was the Addy. I was so out of practice using the Addy. I don't know what else. I don't know where that story was going, other than to say, you all know when you finish a long-term project, you get very excited. And to finish 3 here in relative succession, those are my favorite times. When you have large projects, you tend to have a finishing like bonanza, a streak, and it's so fun. It just makes you cast on more large projects. But my large projects, if you watched yesterday, for the foreseeable future are going to be throws from anniversary cakes. Like I said, I'm doing I'm on my 2-week stint now on Sophie. I'm sorry, I had a little burp hiccup thing going on there. After, I'm gonna presume I'm gonna finish Sophie in these 2 weeks. But I guess you'll see next Tuesday whether or not I get it finished. Actually no, next Tuesday, because I took part of this week, it is now officially Sophie's week. So starting right now, she gets 2 weeks. So you see her today, you'll see her next Tuesday, and then the Tuesday after will be her last Tuesday of that 2-week stint. So that will tell, not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after, whether or not I get her finished. I I was thinking about what my next focus project should be, and part of me says it should be Chomps' flame sweater, because that is now the oldest project in that bin. But I think it's going to be the project you haven't seen yet in this series, the Joji Locatelli Spectre sweater, because it's the one that doesn't fit in the box. I think I need to finish it so I can just get it moved out. It doesn't fit in my box, so it's got to move. It's a bin. It's a Rubbermaid bin, like I said, but it is stored in the cardboard box that they sent me the advent calendar in, and it just doesn't fit. And I don't want to crush the box either, so we'll see. But having this finished does not free up any space in the bin, because it was never in the bin. If Sophie gets done, Sophie was in the bin, that would be quite a bit of headroom made in there. Although, with Sophie out, there might be enough headroom for Spectre, but I don't want to crush the box. We'll see. I feel like Spectre is the right choice. But I have a little while to decide. So let me know, what do you think of the projects you've seen? If you've been hanging around through the Tacklet, is there one you think should be the focus project, the one I try to go on and off with 2 weeks? I like this strategy. I think it's been good for me. Yeah, I think I've made good progress on a number of projects here, so I like it. It keeps the excitement, the enthusiasm going. That's what I like. That's what we need. Or that's what I need. I know everyone has different philosophies, different personalities, different things that work for us. And that's what I love about this channel, is we can talk about that and suggest things that might help each other. And it's a truly fantastic community, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all of your help and support, especially in the yarn conundrum. You guys don't know how much you help me with that. It is indescribable, the help you give, and I am so thankful. So very thankful. Okay. I think I've been blabbering long enough. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I have finished my washcloth, so hopefully I will be able to film. I can't see why I wouldn't. It's a short thing, so hopefully I can just sneak in and film. Thursday, I think Thursday is going to be a yarn review, but I'm not going to be able to do the top-down portion of it. I have done a lot of work on that Sylvan yarn from Hirschner's that I opened over the weekend. Wait, was that Sunday? When did I open the Sylvan? It must have been Sunday. But no. I was very confused that it showed up on the doorstep. Was it Friday? My days are just blurred this summer. Whenever I posted that Hirschner's video, I feel like it was Sunday. I could check. My phone is in my pocket, but I'm not going to, because that would be too easy. It would be too easy. Anyway, I have finished a number of projects. I've crocheted 2 hats. I made a hat on the Addy, and I'm in the process of hand knitting a hat. I will not finish the hand knit hat for Thursday, but I will have, I believe, enough done to show you the project and give you some thoughts on it. And then I would like to start trying to test the Soho Lively yarn for you, in hopes to show that to you next week. I may not do a Fridays with Fred this week purposefully, because I got another package right here, which I really want to show you, from Blackbird Sycamore yarn, so I can get that out. So it's been, I haven't opened it, but it should be resolved, and I should be able to share the whole story with you about what's gone on and how fabulous she is. Okay, now I really have blabbered on too much. I love you all. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.